Hi. So I haven't been live for a while and I'm back from my vacation. I went camping and that was very rejuvenating. I'll probably share some pictures later. And I just had a very inspiring client session and I want to share that as a way to inspire you as well on your own journey if you are in a process of maybe thinking about reevaluating your career and your life, or maybe thinking, you know what, this time is a wasted time and there is nothing I can do right now to change my work situation on my life. So I'm gonna share with you three reasons why I think right now is actually a great time to do that, to reevaluate your career and your life. And if you see me live, if you could just comment or put a like, the interface has changed a little bit, so I'm not sure if, and it helps to have likes or comments knowing that you are here. Some people are here watching. So the first thing I want to say is why now? So the first reason is because why now is such a good time to go in and reflect in, because there is less, with the shelter in place in many places, we have less opportunity to go out and about. So we are called to go more inside, and be more still and slow down. And this is actually a great time to do the kind of reflection I'm doing with my clients to help them find the career they love. So I work with people who often professional who tend to be successful in their work, and they reach a point where they are not fulfilled anymore in their career. They are drained, they are stuck, unhappy, and often they have no clue what they should be doing instead. What is the career they want, work that they love, that is fulfilling, and they have no clue how to clarify or find that out. And the process I do with my clients is really a process of going in before you can go out and find the career and the job you want. You have to do a reflection inside of yourself. A lot of people don't take the time to do that long enough, so it's why they get stuck in the same loop over and over again. Because I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, I need to know what are the jobs out there, what are the careers out there." So their attention go out, and when they don't know who they really are, what is really important to them, what are their values, what are the things that they need in work to be happy. So until you know that, it's like looking for work with blinders on. Because oh, maybe this, because you don't know really what you are looking for. So this one right now is a wonderful time to do this kind of process of going in and preparing for the next phase of your life, like doing a lot of preparation for it. And I want to share the example of this client I just talked to this morning, as I find it very inspiring. So it's someone who lives in California, San Francisco right now. She's from the UK, and I started working with her just before the shelter in place in February. And she came to me feeling, successful, working for a startup, and being like not liking her work and saying, yeah, I don't see myself doing that forever. I'm not fulfilled. I don't feel good about it. I doubt myself a lot. So wanted to clarify what is a career she really wants to do that would make her happy. And at the same time, she told me from the start that at some point she would love to come back to move back to the UK, because family is really important to her. It's one of her core values, and she being far away from family in the UK was very difficult for her. And so we spent the past few months diving in about what does she want, what are her core values, what are her core strengths, personality types, really doing a deep dive into her own unique blueprint, what I also call your own inner compass, If you don't have a compass to know who you are, you're gonna navigate the world like blindly. So it's important to have that inner compass and being very clear about what's important, what you need, and what's important for you or not. So we spent the time doing that, and I'm super excited because she used this time of the shelter in place to really do that. Now she's clear. So first of all, she's clear that she wants to move back to the UK, and she has her and her husband have a ticket to move back to the UK for in 6 weeks from now. So it's happening. And she, you know, look at how to make that safe for her and her husband, because she has some health condition that could make it more difficult. So anyway, this is in place, and then we clarify the type of work that she wants to do. And we had a session today where it was like, wow, she even told me I'm more advanced than I thought I was. So she has a lot of clarity on that. And now, and we build an action plan, and now she's ready when she arrives in the UK, to start taking steps toward exploring the jobs opportunity that's going to be in the UK, that's going to be good for her. So what I love about that is that she didn't waste time. She used the time of the shelter in place to actually do that inner work, so that then she can be ready to go out. And so, yeah, this is such a great time to do that right now, to go within. So the second reason why I think right now is also a great time to do that kind of reflection and reevaluation is because of what's happening in the world. Things are really changing. That thing we used to do, so we are forced to reevaluate our life and see what's working and what's not working. You know, for example, if I share personal examples, right now we can actually, you know, it's changing right now, but we couldn't really drive all the places we wanted or just travel all the places we wanted. And for me personally, it has me realize that I was tired. The lifestyle, especially here in the Silicon Valley in California, like, just the lifestyle is just exhausting at times. Like, it's driving everywhere, at least for me, but I know so many people. We spend like hours a day sometimes driving to places. And even me working from home, like to go to my spiritual community and to go to my dance practice. And I just was always on the road, you know, driving to play different places. And honestly, I realized, you know what? It's not working for me. I don't want to spend so much time driving on the roads and going to places and doing things. It's just like I need more, like, just a lifestyle that is just more calm. I love traveling, I love doing things, but it felt like it wasn't balanced for me in my life. And so it had me think about what really worked for my nervous system. So why now is such a good opportunity, because of what's happening on the outside world, to really notice. Because when we are stuck in it, when it's just happening, we don't realize it's actually not good for us. You know, we are so in it day in and day out that we don't feel that maybe it's too much for us or for our body. And the fact of being forced to slow down and stop doing it, have us realize, oh, actually this was not working. So I invite you right now to notice, with the slowing down, what have you, if you pay attention to your body and your heart and your soul, and you have them speak to you, what did you notice that didn't work before and that you don't want to go back to anymore? Because I personally think the way the lifestyle in the world, I don't think it's sustainable for the planet. You know, like, there is something that needs to shift. Like, we cannot just continue like that and be good for the planet. Like, it's just not working. So it's a great way, again, to just evaluate, like a blessing in that, to just take the time to really evaluate that for yourself, whether it's in your lifestyle, like in your work, and slowing. One thing I really encourage you to do, slowing down. We are such in a society, and I mean here in the US, but I mean in other countries as well, it's so based about doing. If I don't do, and there is a guilt, if I don't do enough, and this is very specifically in the US, if I don't do, I'm useless, I'm not productive. There is a lot of productivity in the stillness. As some of my mentors say, go slow to go fast. Take advantage of the go in the stillness right now. And notice what it feels to be in the stillness, and what insight you are gaining from that place. And I'll probably do another video at some point about that, because this is so key, that we sometimes, what I call, we do empty doing, like empty calorie. You have empty calories, but there is also empty doing. I'm doing for the sake of doing because I feel guilty if I don't do, but my doing is getting me nowhere. And I sometimes make this mistake, so I'll share another video about that and my personal journey around that and the mistakes I made around doing for the sake of doing, or because I based on fears, and it led me nowhere and I wasted time. You can waste time doing. Sometimes we have a fear of, oh, if I'm still and I don't do anything, I'm gonna waste time. You can waste a lot of time being so busy doing that you don't get in touch with what's really important for me right now. Is the doing, is all the action I'm taking, I feel in alignment with what's my intuition and what matters in my life. So I'll do another video on that, because I have much more to say about this topic. And the third reason I want to mention about why now is a great time also to reevaluate your life and your career is for some of you who have been laid off, because I know a lot of people have been laid off by now. And first I want to acknowledge something, that being laid off and having the chance to reevaluate what that means for your life and your career can be a privilege. I know there are a lot of people who don't have, they are so struggling financially because also the system that is not supporting them, that actually they are in big trouble financially and don't have the opportunity or the luxury, I would say, to just reevaluate their life and their career. So I really want to acknowledge that before I continue. And however, when you get laid off and you have the opportunity to do that, it can be a great, it's like the universe is giving you a push to reevaluate, is your work that you were doing the good for you? Was it the one that your soul, your heart really wanted? So in a way, it's kind of a blessing. It can be a blessing from the universe. Again, I'm not talking about people who are struggling financially and are in big trouble and a lot of poverty when I say that. So I'm not just pushing that aside. But otherwise, it can be just a great opportunity for you to just being forced to reevaluate. Sometimes we need a wake-up call. Sometimes we need a wake-up call. If we have to do it by ourselves, we won't. And the layoff can be an opportunity to do that. I speak from my own experience. There was a layoff. I was laid off from Yahoo about 10 years ago now. And that was the layoff from Yahoo that accelerated my transition to my next career and doing the work I love. And so that was a blessing in disguise. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I was laid off. Even if at the beginning it was a little bit stressful, especially because I had to find ways to stay in the US in terms of visa situation. But so the layoff, and I have actually several of my friends and some of my clients who have been laid off. And I see a lot of them just, it feel like it was a blessing for them to help them in the next step or the next phase of their life and their careers. Even if at the beginning it felt like, no, what's happening? And I see that happening with a lot of my friends. And it happened for me when I was laid off from Yahoo. It helped me start the next phase of my career in a way that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do myself for different reasons. So I invite you to look at if you've been laid off and not just passing over the challenge of the situation, but what that's creating for you. If you again take the time to connect with what's really important for you, and maybe were you happy in the work you were laid off from? Because I know a lot of people. So many people aren't happy in their work. You have no idea. Just so if you are not happy in your work, or you were not, know that you are so not alone. I speak to so many people daily in my practice that are struggling so much. So it's a great way to see, be honest with yourself. So also this is the key. If you self-honesty, this is such a key. Not denying the reality. So if you were not happy, or are not happy in your work, the first step is be really honest with yourself about it. Because without self-honesty, you will go nowhere. You will keep pretending everything is fine, because it's scary. Self-honesty can be scary, because when you see the truth, I'm like, oh, now I need to do something about it. But this is the only way of your freedom and your fulfillment in life, to look at the truth in the eyes and be honest with yourself about your life and your work. Am I actually fulfilled right now in my work? And notice if you try to rationalize it. I have a lot of clients sometimes go, yeah, it's not, I hear them say how it's not working for them, and then they rationalize. Yeah, but this is working, and this is working, and this is working. But the truth is that you are not happy in your work. So tell it as it is. Tell the truth as it is. There was an expression about that. I can't remember now. It's name a, I don't know if it's name a cat a cat. We have an expression in French too. I forgot. Just be straight with yourself and clear and honest, and have the courage to do that. Your older self will thank you for that. So so now it's a great time it's helping us. I think what I'm sharing is important all the time. But because we live, at least in the US, in such a fast-paced society, we are unbalanced. We are too much in the doing and not enough in the being and listening within. And it's why there is so many like unbalance and unhappiness. And because you have to slow down and listen within, and you're not gonna waste time. What I want you to know, on the contrary, like quality as opposed to quantity. The more you go within and you listen, the more you're gonna know that the steps you are taking are in alignment, versus doing and doing and doing, a lot of quantity of action and doing, but that are just, as I said, empty calorie. It's better to eat a meal that is really good and nourishing and good calorie quality, versus eating a bunch of stuff that are just empty calorie. So this is the same about the doing and the actions. So I would invite you to do that. And I would love to hear in the comments if, I would love to hear from you. What's resonated, what's landing for you in what I'm saying? Is there anything that is being awakened in you as you are listening to me about your own life and your own situation? Something that's, just being awakened, or just coming up. And I would love to hear that in the comments about what's coming up, and also as a way of inspiring yourself and others. What do you feel, both maybe what do you feel is not working, but what do you feel you want? What are the desires, the way you want to really live your life that is meaningful to you? I would love to hear that. And then finally, if you, or maybe people in your life, either friends, spouse, co-workers, are within a space where they really need help to reevaluate their careers. They are really not happy, or you are not happy in your career, and you feel like there is something else for me to be doing that is fulfilling, and you are stuck. You don't know what it is, or you are confused about what that may be. In this case, I have 2 resources for you, because I care. This is the work I do, and I care about helping you or people So the first one is a free report that I have about the #1 reason why people are stuck in work they hate. And there is a process. I describe the process I go through with my clients, and some exercise about how to get started on your journey. It's often very revealing for people. So I'll share that in the comment below. So that's the free report that you can sign up for free. And then if you are ready, or some other people are ready, I'm like, this resonates with me. I need more support, and you want to explore how that would look like if I were to support you on that journey, and if potentially we could be a fit, I have a complimentary breakthrough session. Find the career you absolutely love breakthrough session. I'm gonna put the link in the application below, and you can apply, or feel free to forward that as well to some friends or people you know, and I'll be happy to look at your application or the application and see if I can have a conversation with you. Yes, so thank you for listening if you watch up to that point. And let's see what I want to say. Ending. Yeah, just taking the time to slow down. The answers are in the stillness and the slowing down. The answers doesn't come from the busyness and the like doing all the time. The answers come in the grounding and the stillness, and I want that for you.